Heartstopper Part 4 is expected to take the emotional depth of the series to an entirely new level, focusing less on first love innocence and more on long-term emotional growth. While earlier parts centered on discovery, acceptance, and coming out, Part 4 will likely explore what happens after the fairy tale phase. Charlie and Nick's relationship may face realistic challenges such as emotional dependency, mental health struggles, and the pressure of future decisions. The series has always balanced warmth with honesty, and Part 4 could deepen this balance by showing that love does not eliminate problems, it simply changes how they are faced. Viewers can expect a more mature tone, where happiness exists alongside anxiety, fear, and uncertainty. Rather than dramatic breakups, the tension may come from quiet moments, unspoken worries, difficult conversations, and internal battles. This evolution would feel natural for the characters, who are growing older and more self-aware. Heartstopper has never relied on shock value, and Part 4 will likely continue that tradition, choosing emotional realism over exaggerated drama. This chapter may ask a powerful question. How do you protect love while learning who you are individually? That question alone sets the foundation for a deeply resonant continuation. Nick Nelson's journey in Part 4 could focus strongly on identity beyond labels. After coming out and finding confidence in who he loves, Nick may struggle with expectations, both his own and those imposed by others. Being openly bisexual might bring new challenges, such as subtle invalidation, pressure to represent a community, or confusion about how he fits into different social spaces. The show could explore how Nick learns to exist without constantly explaining himself. Additionally, Nick's future plans, university, sports, and independence may create tension between ambition and emotional security. He has often been the emotional anchor for others, particularly Charlie, and Part 4 could challenge him to prioritize his own mental well-being. This internal conflict would not make him distant or uncaring, but more human. Watching Nick learn that strength also means setting boundaries would add depth to his character. His arc may highlight that love does not mean carrying everything alone. Instead, true partnership involves shared responsibility, vulnerability, and honest communication. This growth would reflect the realities many young adults face when transitioning from emotional discovery to emotional sustainability. Charlie Spring's storyline in Heartstopper Part 4 is likely to be the most emotionally intense. Having faced bullying, anxiety, and eating disorder recovery in previous parts, Charlie may now confront the long-term effects of healing. Recovery is not linear, and Part 4 could show that even during happy periods, old fears can resurface. Charlie might struggle with feeling like a burden, especially as Nick begins thinking about his future. This fear could lead Charlie to suppress his emotions, creating distance without intending to. Rather than dramatic relapses, the show may portray subtle warning signs: overthinking, emotional withdrawal, or self-doubt. This would stay true to Heartstopper's sensitive portrayal of mental health. Importantly, Part 4 could emphasize that needing help does not mean failing. Charlie's growth may come from learning to ask for support without shame. His journey could resonate deeply with viewers who understand that healing does not erase vulnerability. It teaches how to live with it. Through Charlie, the series may reinforce its most powerful message. You are not broken because you struggle, and you are not alone even when it feels that way. Dao and Elle's relationship in Part 4 may explore the challenges of emotional independence within love. With Elle pursuing her artistic dreams and expanding her world, Dao could feel left behind, not out of jealousy but fear of losing connection. Their story may focus on how relationships evolve when both people grow in different directions. Dao, who once feared change, may need to learn that love does not require constant closeness to remain strong. Elle, meanwhile, could struggle with guilt, wanting success without hurting someone she loves. This dynamic would feel realistic and emotionally grounded. Rather than conflict-driven drama, their arc may revolve around honest conversations and emotional adjustment. Their journey could show that supporting someone's dreams sometimes means stepping back, trusting the bond to survive distance and change. This storyline would beautifully mirror the series' theme of growth through empathy. Dao and Elle may emerge stronger, not because nothing changed, but because they allowed change to exist without fear. Their relationship could become an example of how love adapts, instead of resists, transformation. Heartstopper Part 4 may also expand on supporting characters like Darcy and Tara, showing how long-term relationships face subtle challenges after stability is achieved. Their storyline could focus on maintaining connection once the excitement of early romance fades. Small misunderstandings, evolving personal goals, and differing emotional needs might test their bond. However, rather than portraying conflict as a threat, the series may frame it as an opportunity for deeper understanding. Darcy's free-spirited personality and Tara's more grounded approach could clash at times, but these differences may also strengthen their relationship by showing that healthy couples still experience doubt and adjustment. Part 4 could normalize the idea that love is an ongoing process, not a destination. The journey might highlight the importance of communication, patience, and emotional honesty. Through them, Heartstopper could remind viewers that stability does not mean stagnation. It means choosing each other repeatedly, even when it requires effort. This portrayal would reinforce the show's realistic yet hopeful view of relationships. Friendship may take on an even more central role in Part 4, emphasizing that romantic love is not the only source of emotional support. The group dynamic could face change as characters plan for different futures, universities, and personal goals. This transition period may bring moments of sadness, nostalgia, and fear of drifting apart. Heartstopper has always celebrated chosen family, and Part 4 may explore how friendships evolve without losing their foundation. Some characters may struggle with feeling left out, while others wrestle with guilt over moving forward. These emotions would be portrayed gently, without villainizing growth. The series could highlight that true friendships allow space, distance, and change without breaking. This theme would resonate deeply with audiences experiencing similar life transitions. By focusing on collective emotional growth, Heartstopper Part 4 could remind viewers that love exists in many forms. All of them matter. The tone of Heartstopper Part 4 is likely to be more reflective and grounded, while still maintaining its signature warmth. Visually, the show may use quieter moments, soft lighting, lingering silences, and subtle expressions to convey emotional depth, rather than relying heavily on dramatic music cues. The storytelling might trust the audience to feel the weight of the characters' experiences. This stylistic shift would mirror the characters' emotional maturity. The optimism that defines Heartstopper will remain, but it may feel calmer and more earned. Happiness will not be portrayed as constant joy, but as moments of peace amid uncertainty. This evolution would make Part 4 feel less like a fairy tale and more like a heartfelt coming-of-age story. Such a tone would align perfectly with the show's commitment to emotional honesty and relatability. One of the strongest predictions for Heartstopper Part 4 is its focus on communication as the key to emotional survival. Many conflicts may arise not from betrayal or misunderstanding, but from fear of being honest. Characters might hesitate to share their worries, believing silence protects love. Over time, the series could show that vulnerability strengthens relationships rather than weakens them. Conversations may be awkward, emotional, and imperfect, but deeply necessary. This emphasis would reinforce one of Heartstopper's core lessons. Love grows through honesty, not perfection. Watching characters learn how to talk openly even when it's uncomfortable would be both powerful and relatable. The series may gently encourage viewers to do the same in their own lives. Heartstopper Part 4 could also subtly explore societal pressure and identity beyond school life. As characters approach adulthood, expectations around success, labels, and normalcy may weigh heavier. The show might examine how external pressures affect internal confidence, especially for LGBTQ+ youth navigating a world that still demands explanation. Without becoming heavy-handed, Part 4 could address these themes through character experiences rather than explicit commentary. This approach would keep the series authentic and emotionally grounded. By showing characters questioning who they are allowed to become, Heartstopper may deepen its impact as a story not just about love, but about self-acceptance in an imperfect world. Ultimately, Heartstopper Part 4 is likely to be a quiet yet powerful continuation, one that values emotional truth over spectacle. Rather than ending with grand resolutions, it may leave viewers with a sense of hope rooted in realism. Love will not be perfect, futures will remain uncertain, and growth will still be ongoing. But the characters will move forward with greater self-awareness, compassion, and resilience. Part 4 may remind audiences that growing up does not mean losing softness. It means learning how to protect it. In doing so, Heartstopper would once again prove that gentle storytelling can leave the strongest impact.